it's freezing outside, but we're here for the Special Olympics polar plunge, and we're going to be freezing for a reason, and this is Fan Nation. One, two, three.
Pittsburghers aren't afraid of a little cold water. How was it? Cold. Very cold.
Everybody's supporting Special Olympic athletes who are here themselves plunging too. So you get this energy, it's invigorating. Once you jump in the water, however, all of a sudden your life flashes before your eyes.
Pittsburgh people really come out to support. I mean, this is like a party out here. It's pretty amazing.
It makes you really feel like a good person. It's great, and I love doing it, and I'll do it every year that I can do it.
This is Pittsburgh, the greatest sports town around. To prove it, we're hitting the road to meet you. The loudest, the proudest, the withoutest, doubtest, best sports fans in the world. This is Fan Nation.
Welcome to JP Roofing Fan Nation. Daisy, it's 60 degrees. What are you wearing? Aren't you a bit overdressed?
I know, but I'm still freezing from that plunge, Richie.
Oh, I get it. That was insane.
Yeah, but I'm so glad I jumped. All told, Pittsburghers raised $450,000 for our Special Olympic athletes.
That is awesome. Great job to you, Steelers Jesus, and everyone from Fan Nation who bravely took that plunge. Now it's a good thing you're dressed warm because tonight on Fan Nation,
we hit the ice to tell the story of a group of hockey moms who trained with Penn's greats and formed a team of their own.
Then the iconic cans that go hand in hand with the history of Pittsburgh sports. But it's the future of Pittsburgh brewing that has fans excited.
We asked this fan favorite, hey Neil Walker, where you been?
Plus, Steelers helmets, phenomenal fan artwork, and a fan with a flair for St. Patty's Day cocktails.
But first, a private viewing just for you, Fan Nation, of one of the rarest collections of game-worn Penn's gear ever assembled.
Some of this 412 Fanatics items are so significant. When we asked him, what's your holy grail of Penn's collectibles, he said this.
The Holy Grails, to me, are already in my basement. It feels like I'm walking into the Pittsburgh Penguins Hall of Fame when I come downstairs to watch a game or to hang out.
KCS is a lifelong Nebraskan who developed a love for the Pens at an early age.
His cave includes this museum-like display of extraordinary Lemieux and Crosby jerseys.
Two of my favorite jerseys are the Mario Lemieux Stanley Cup Final jerseys that he wore in the 1991 and then the 1992 Stanley Cup Final.
To explain just how special these jerseys really are, their black counterparts are behind glass at the Heinz History Center and the PPG Arena's Suite 66.
For me, the white ones hold more significance because of the moments that Mario Lemieux created wearing those jerseys when he scored the incredible end-to-end goal. Going through, I think it was Neil Wilkinson's legs, and then celebrating in a way that you didn't get to see much from Mario with a big fist pump at the end.
And the 92 jersey. Mario scored this game-winning goal with 12 seconds left, shifting the momentum of the series and leading the Pens to a cup.
Mike Lang has attributed that particular goal in 1992 to be the greatest goal in Penguins history. When I was about 14 years old, I remember recording pretty much every playoff game on my little black and white TV in my bedroom on VHS tape.
Casey compiled an anthology of game footage through his childhood and beyond.
But he never imagined how those tapes will lead to some of the most incredible memorabilia acquisitions of all time.
I was scrolling through eBay in 2006. I would search every day for Penguins game-worn jersey. And sure enough, there was a jersey that was there that looked like the 5 goals, 5 ways jersey.
On New Year's Eve, 1988, Mario Lemieux scored 5 goals 5 different ways in a single game.
Not much was made of it at the time until people went back through the box scores and realized, wow, he did something that no one else in NHL history had ever done.
And no one has ever done since.
So I looked at the photos and then I thought, wow, this could be the jersey from that game. And I popped in the DVD from the collection that I have. And sure enough, there was the mark on the left sleeve as he was skating after he scored his final goal. There was also a mark on the back that you could see when he skated off the ice as the #1 star of the game that clearly matched the jersey.
Using this technique, comparing marks on items with marks seen in game film and photographs, Casey is able to authenticate his game-used gear.
But he doesn't just verify his own stuff. In the world of game-worn memorabilia, Casey has become the go-to person to authenticate Penguins items.
I do write letters of authenticity that include photos of the actual item that I authenticate, along with pictures that show the player actually wearing the item that accompany the letter.
The jersey collection may be the highlight of this fan cave, but it's also just the start.
Here are the skates that Lemieux wore when he hoisted the franchise's first Stanley Cup in 1991.
The franchise was pretty much at rock bottom for a number of years in the 70s, early 80s, and then those were the skates that brought the franchise to the pinnacle, the ultimate in winning the Stanley Cup. I've got sticks from each of the captains from the 5 Stanley Cup seasons. The Stanley Cups behind me are the trophies that they issue to the players, coaches, after they win the Stanley Cups. They're the same ones that Mario Lemieux presented to President Bush when they visited the White House for the first time. And then to go along with that, I have the Stanley Cup rings that they issued to the players as well. Some of the items in my collection are the most significant items in the history of my favorite team. And it's a dream come true for me to be able to display it like my own museum in my basement.
Now, March is International Women's Month, and we are honoring the Pittsburgh Puffins hockey team, which has a deep but untold history going back to the 90s.
Puffins are fierce birds that live on the rocks.
They fly up to 55 miles an hour.
Puffins dive from the sky into the water and come up with their prey, victorious.
These are the Pittsburgh Puffins, an all-inclusive hockey team that gives everyone in the 412 a chance to tackle the sport.
But for many in the late 90s, including women, this was not the reality.
There wasn't any opportunities back then for women to play hockey, just women specifically.
One day, Joanne DeFazio, a staff member at a local skating center, noticed something.
A special enthusiasm for the game coming from the moms watching their kids in the stands.
Joanne DeFazio was learning how to skate herself, and she thought it'd be really cool to get women involved in skating. She put these flyers out at the rinks, and the women who would see them would be the ones bringing their sons to play hockey.
Soon, Joanne had gathered enough interested moms to form a hockey team. Only one problem, a lot of the women had never even stepped foot on the ice.
But hockey destiny smiled upon this mom team. They just happened to share a home rink with another very special group.
The mothers of hockey practiced at the rink and did their drills and everything right before the Penguins came on for the most part. So the Penguins sometimes would actually even come out on the ice with them, which was pretty cool. Darius Kasparaitis helped them, do some clinics and everything. And they also had the assistant coach of the Penguins at the time, Troy Ward, come down and help as well.
And thus, the Pittsburgh Puffins were born.
And now, 24 years later, here we are. We've won, a few championships. Our last season, we won the championship in our league. We are open to everybody to join us, whether you're a mom, dad, whether you're trans, whether you're, non-binary. Everybody should have the opportunity to be on the ice, a safe area for people to learn.
We are the Pittsburgh Puffins!
Coming up, it's the Beer Drinkers Beer. Highlights from the Hall of Fame history of Pittsburgh brewing when Fan Nation returns.
We're back here on Fan Nation checking out this incredible fan cave from Jason in Pittsburgh.
Just look at those signed balls and helmets. But there's more than meets the eye in this cave.
Unbelievably, some of these helmets are recreations of some of the hottest lids from the past eras, made by Jason himself.
Like this Jack Lambert helmet.
This Heath Miller helmet.
This Rocky Bleier helmet.
This Terry Bradshaw helmet.
The helmets may be recreations, but those signatures are 100% authentic.
The detail here is truly astounding. What a collection. What a cave. Thanks for sharing, Jason.
Higgins, guys, throw me an iron.
Drinking on the job?
Don't be a wimp, Richie.
Then where's mine?
Well, if you're a Pittsburgh sports fan, you gotta be a fan of Iron City.
We're here in Creighton, the new home of the Pittsburgh Brewing Company, and we're extremely excited about that.
This is the story of the prodigal sons.
The beloved beer maker that goes away but eventually returns to fanfare and glory.
1861, Pittsburgh Brewing Company is founded and becomes an immediate success.
5 years later, they relocated here, their Lawrenceville home on Liberty Avenue.
Iron City beer became the symbol of blue-collar Pittsburghers.
You guys want a beer commercial? You tell them, Ray. You take a couple of guys, swing it a 10. No, let's make it a 20-pound sledgehammer all day long. Show them where you get these. You got it, Ray. You don't get these sitting around petting kitty cats.
Eventually, the beer drinkers' beer became the unofficial brew for Pittsburgh tailgates everywhere.
There was a lot of interaction with the Pirates back in the 50s and 60s. Get into the 70s, the Steelers were winning Super Bowls.
And echoes of
Give me an icy light.
can be heard from Aspinwall to Zealand Opal.
Give me the night. Give me the night. Give me an icy light.
But fans really flipped their lids for Iron City's iconic cans, the first ever printed with team photos, which became must-haves for every serious collector.
It's not just an Iron City can. Oh, it's a Steeler Iron City can, or a Penguin, or a Pirate, or whatever sports team, or whatever organization.
In 2009, they picked up stakes and left for Latrobe, but they're back. The new Pittsburgh Brewing Company is bigger, better, and closer to home.
Brewing will begin this summer, but the big scoop for 412 fans?
Bill Cowher got inducted into the Football Hall of Fame. So I got a hold of his agent and asked if there might be interest, and she came back and said, yes, he's very interested. So this fall you will see a Bill Cowher collectible Iron City can. It brings people together, and that's what our brands have done for generations in the Pittsburgh market and beyond. I mean, we are part of the fabric. We have been since 1861. We are going to be more of that moving forward.
Cheers to another 100 years.
Hi, my name's Ray, and you don't get these petting kitty cats.
Hey, Rich, I got a question for you. What did you want to be when you grew up?
Andy Van Slyke. I love baseball. I loved him. I played center field. I wore his number. I batted left-handed. That's who I wanted to be when I grew up.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's the dream to become the star of your hometown team.
And for one Pittsburgh Pirates fan, it happened.
I'm Neil Walker, and I'm going to tell you what I've been up to lately. I was fortunate to watch really exciting baseball in the early 90s in Pittsburgh, and that really drove even more of a fire in me to want to play baseball. When I got into high school and I knew, hey, you know, I'm pretty good at baseball, I'm pretty good at football, I like to play basketball. I didn't know if I was quite good enough to play like major Division I football, but I knew that I was, you know, probably good enough to play major Division I baseball.
Neil wasn't just good enough to play D1 baseball. Neil was a first-round draft pick in 2004.
And then the Pirates just sitting there at a spot where I was projected to go, them picking me, getting into the organization, having the struggles that they did in the early 2000s to the 2010s, you know, and then coming up with Andrew McCutchen. You know, I remember having conversations with him when we got there in 9, 10, and 11, being like, we got to change this. Like, this has got to stop. The 13, 14, 15 seasons where we had such good years and the chemistry was so great and the atmosphere around PNC Park was so awesome. I take a ton of pride in that. And although we never made it to the World Series, we feel like, you know, I can remember every guy on those teams and the emotions that went on during those playoff runs, and it was something really special.
Things have come full circle for Neil twice, from the Pirates to the Brewers, Yankees, Marlins, and Phillies. Now he's back with the Buccos broadcasting.
Trying out broadcasting for the Pirates at the end of last year, fell in love with that. So I'm going to do some more of that this year, which is exciting.
These days, when he's not in the booth, he's at this place. It's a huge new facility that allows athletes to play sports and work on their skills year-round.
As my career wrapped up and I was knowing that I wanted to be involved in some things, I really felt like this was somewhat my way of giving back to the community.
And give more kids from Western PA a chance to go to the majors.
My hometown team and drafting me was something that I wish every kid could experience. I have such a soft spot in my heart for this region.
Still to come on Fan Nation, another Steelers fan cave, and some fan art that'll make you go, whoa! Whoa! Next.
Hey, my name is Justin, and welcome to my fan cave. A few different areas that are set up. I have a bar, emblem of the Steelers logo, and it's like carved out of rock. You know, it's a collector's piece, only a couple of them made. So that's featured in the bar area. Also, when you're coming down to the basement, you're hit with this shelf right here to my right. It's kind of what I call like the misfit section in a sense. It's all the Steeler greats that we've learned to kind of love to hate at the same time with, you know, Harrison, I got Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, you know, the guys who kind of left us hanging. I have a Super Bowl 43 helmet completely signed by the team. Pretty cool piece. Collectibles of, you know, every championship, little beer stein mug. You know, there's about, I'd say about, you know, maybe 50 of those little steins I have. One of the cool things I have is all the Super Bowl rings. They're like 18 karat gold plated, but it's just pretty neat. Detail in them is pretty phenomenal. The Roethlisberger autograph picture I have of him tackling Nick Harper, you know, the divisional game against the Colts. That piece, honestly, I mean, that was the first Super Bowl I watched Pittsburgh win, and that piece, pretty special piece. I got a Willie Parker 75-yard touchdown run from Super Bowl 40 autograph, and then I got Jerome Bettis autograph running over Urlacher in the snow. Old neighbor of mine came up to me one day and was like, a lot of the Steelers are going to come up to the hospital today. You have anything you want me to autograph? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I gave him this Super Bowl 6 champs jersey, and he got Troy Polamalu to sign it. Ike Taylor, Heath Miller. There's no like my second favorite team, or, you know, that doesn't exist in my book. There's no other organization like it.
Black and gold are the official colors of Pittsburgh sports.
But within those colors lie more subtle shades like super black or champagne gold.
And the most beautiful tones truly shine when it's our Pittsburgh greats being portrayed.
I kind of found my style through the love and passion I had toward those Pittsburgh athletes. I found a great passion in drawing guys like Sidney Crosby or Mario Lemieux because, let's face it, we had two of the greatest hockey players of all time in our franchise. Just being able to draw them and to show my appreciation back toward them for all the amazing things that they've done for the city and for their sports organizations, it's been a big blessing.
These vibrant works of art are truly picture perfect, and Alex's talent has caught the eyes of not only fans, but even the athletes themselves.
I was able to come in contact with Cam Hayward's mom. She basically reached out to me and said, would you like to do a drawing for my son? When I drew for Cam Hayward and seeing how happy he was to have a drawing of him and his father on one canvas, it meant the world to me. And to be able to draw them together, I knew how much it meant to him and how much it meant to his mother as well. Since becoming an artist, it's definitely deepened my fandom toward all these teams, to show my appreciation back toward them for all the amazing things that they've done for the city and for their sports organizations. It's been a big blessing.
Coming up,
for your St. Paddy's Day celebration, a fan-worthy craft cocktail recipe.
Stay tuned.
Welcome Welcome back to Fan Nation. St. Patty's Day is upon us.
Celebrate Pittsburgh style with this cocktail exclusively for Fan Nation.
So my name's Stephen Picacia. I'm known in the service industry as Stevie P.
Man, I feel good, I feel great. Some gon' show love and some gon' hate, but I feel amazing.
And he is the owner of LiquidFlare.com and PittsburghMixology.com. So who better to serve up the perfect Fan Nation libation?
St. Patrick's Day is coming up. We have a killer cocktail to make for you today. It's going to be called the Irish Maid. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and grab 2 pieces of cucumber about 1/4 of an inch thick.
What was that? Let's go to the replay booth.
Going to go ahead and muddle this down. We're going to grab 2 ounces of our Slain Irish whiskey. And next up we have 3/4 ounce fresh squeezed lemon juice and 3/4 ounce simple syrup. And last but not least, we have St. Germain elderflower liqueur. Do 1/2 ounce. It's going to be very floral. This is also known as the bartender's ketchup. Anything that you put it in, it makes it taste muy magnifique. I'm going to go ahead and grab your strainer. We're going to pour that over 1 fresh cube in our rocks glass. We're going to garnish it with 1 cucumber wheel. And here you have the Irish Maid. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Cheers.
Well, that's it for Fan Nation this week. We'll see you back here on March 26th.
But until then, let us know what you want to see on the show. Hit us up on social media or email us at fannation@kdk.com.
Peace out, Pittsburgh. I'm Daisy Jade.
And I'm Rich Walsh. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.